Starting up. Activity A. Work in pairs. Complete the sentences with words from the box. There are two you don't need. The words are from, am, my, names, she, you. Okay, let's discuss the answers together. 1. I'm Emma Schneider from Habams in Hamburg. 2. Good morning, my name is Shai Jabo. 3. My name is Hakim, by the way, Hakim Anikov. 4. How do you do? I'm Nuria Sosa from RTA Surgers. Activity B. Now listen to these four business people introducing themselves. Check your answers to exercise A, then match the speakers below to their business cards on page 7. So let's listen to the record.
Introductions. Track 1.
Hi, you must be Charles.
That's right, yes. Sorry I'm late. There was a delay with the flight.
Welcome to Germany. I'm Emma Schneider, from Habermus in Hamburg.
Oh, Emma, nice to meet you at last. I've heard so much about you.
Let me help you with your bag.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 2.
Peyton Electronics, good morning. How can I help you?
Good morning. My name is Shijia Bao. I'd like to speak to the marketing manager, please.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Could you say it again?
Mr. Shijia Bao.
Just one moment, please, Mr. Shi. I'll connect you.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 3.
Excuse me, I'm looking for room 205.
That's for the talk about investing in China, isn't it? I'm going there myself, so let's go together.
Great. My name's Akim, by the way. Akim Anikov from Astana Consulting.
Nice to meet you. I'm Harry.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 4.
Good afternoon. Are you Mrs. Davison?
Yes, that's right.
How do you do? I'm Nuria Sosa from RTA Seguros.
Pleased to meet you, Nuria. Did you have a nice trip? I think you need to check in at reception. Let me show you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's check the answers now. As you see here, we have business card A plus speaker 3, business card B plus speaker 1, business card C plus speaker 4, and business card D plus speaker 2. I move on to activity C. Talk about yourself. Example: hello, my name is Suad. I'm from Tunisia. So what about you, my students? Introduce yourselves. Activity D. Listen to these letters and practice saying them. So let's listen to the record.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 5.
A, H, J, K, B, C, D, E, G, P, T, V, F, L, M, N, S, X, Z, I, Y, O,
Q, U, W.
Now listen and write the words that are spelled.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 6. 1.
Miss Schneider's first name is Emma. That's E-double-M-A.
2.
Shi Jia Bao is visiting Peyton Electronics. Peyton is spelt P-A-Y-T-O-N.
3.
He's Akim, and his surname's Anikov. I'll spell it for you. A-N-Y-U-K-O-V.
4.
Nuria Souza is talking to Mrs. Davison. That's D-A-V-I-E-S-O-N. Nuria's email address is sosa@rtas.com.ar.
Now, my students, let's move on to part 1, vocabulary. Activity A, complete the chart of countries and nationalities. Use the words from the box. Add other countries and nationalities. I read the words from the box for you. Brazilian, Polish, Germany, Kuwaiti, French, Oman, Italian, Spain, Russia, Turkey, Japanese, Swedish, China, Greek, British, American. Are you ready? Okay. Let's listen and check your answers to exercise A.
Unit 1. Introductions. Track 7.
Brazil, Brazilian. Germany, German. India, Indian. Mexico, Mexican. Italy, Italian. Russia, Russian. Korea, Korean. Japan, Japanese. China, Chinese. Kuwait, Kuwaiti. Oman, Omani. Poland, Polish. Spain, Spanish. Sweden, Swedish. Turkey, Turkish. France, French. Greece, Greek. The UK, British. The USA, American.
Activity D, think of 3 companies you know, give their nationalities. So, let me give you examples. Example number 1, Peugeot is a French company. Samsung is a South Korean company. And as you know, it's one of the world's largest producers of electronic devices. Samsung specializes in the production of a wide variety of consumer and industry electronics, including appliances, digital media services, memory chips, and integrated systems. Apple. So Apple company is an American manufacturer of personal computers, smartphones, tablet computers, and computer software. It is one of the most recognizable brands in the world.
Currently, at the height of high-tech and sleek design, it's difficult to believe Samsung was once a one-man grocery store trading local produce in South Korea. The journey to becoming the world's second-largest tech company, boasting a market capitalization of $521 billion in 2019, wasn't entirely a walk in the park. This is the incredible Samsung company story, from its humble import-export beginnings to global tech domination. Before we continue, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below to get a notification on our next video. Samsung was a grocery trading store in Daegu, South Korea, founded in 1938 by a local businessman, Lee Byung-chul. According to Samsung's founder, the Korean Hanja word Samsung means 3 stars. The word 3 meaning something big, numerous and powerful, while stars means everlasting or eternal, like stars in the sky. The store traded noodles, dried fish, fruit and vegetables, and other local produce in and around the city. They exported the goods to China. After the Korean War in the early 1950s, Byung-chul's grocery trading business also ventured into textiles, opening the largest woolen mill in Korea. Byung-chul's focus on industrialization helped revamp Korea's economy. During this fraught financial period for the country, the South Korean government nurtured domestic firms with easy financing and protected them from the competition. Samsung was among those braced by the chaebol, the support of large domestic companies, since the early 1960s, securing a string of loans and other business support. However, Samsung Electronics was eventually launched in 1969, opening electronic-focused divisions within the company. In 1971, Samsung Electronics started exporting one of its first electronic goods, black and white televisions. By the mid-1970s, Samsung ventured into washing machines and fridges, before creating and mass-producing color TVs, while continuing its black and white models. By the 1970s, Samsung launched subsidiaries including Samsung Shipbuilding, Samsung Heavy Industries, and Samsung Precision Company to be a part of these growing industries. They also started to invest in the chemical and petrochemical industries. In 1974, Samsung Electronics acquired Hankook Semiconductor, making them the market leader in memory chips in the early 1990s. A position they retained and improved upon, becoming the world's leading manufacturer of semiconductors. At the moment, even most Apple iPhones use Samsung memory chips. The 1970s saw Samsung start to export home electronic products abroad, and by 1978, it had produced 4 million black and white TVs, the most in the world at the time. That same year, Samsung opened its first overseas office in the US. In 1984, it exported its first VCRs to America. Then, they also changed their name to Samsung Electronics Company Ltd, and sales exceeded 1 trillion won, the equivalent of 3.4 trillion won today, approximately $3 billion. In 1987, Byung-chul died of lung cancer. Byung-chul's son, Lee Kwon-hee, filled his father's position. Walking over controversy and corruption, he transformed Samsung into the global power it is today. He got frustrated with the reputation of making poor quality goods, and in 1993, Kwon-hee told his employees to change everything except their wives and children. Because of this, the company experienced a major transformation, rebranding itself as a top player in the manufacturing of quality tech. However, 2 years later, when Samsung's first mobile phone models were released, they were once again reported to be riddled with defects. The turning point came when Cohen He visited the phone manufacturing plant and demanded staff burn the 100,000 to 150,000 phones in production on the factory floor. After the utter destruction of the ridicule-generating phones, the rebirth of the Samsung brand was celebrated as a textbook case of successful rebranding strategy. As expected, after the highly successful rebranding strategy, Samsung actually made better mobile phones. In 1999, it launched the world's first MP3 mobile phone. Though Nokia topped the mobile phone market in the 1990s, Samsung continued to modernize handsets. By 2002, Samsung's SGHT-100, the first mobile phone to use film transistor active matrix LCD, was one of the best-selling phones, selling 12 million handsets worldwide. When Cohen He decided to adapt to a digital program, Samsung targeted an area where it didn't have to play catch-up. So, in 1998, Samsung created the world's first digital TV. This rapid expansion in the 1990s came with its controversies though, as multiple bribery cases and patent infringement suits plagued the company. However, these didn't hinder Samsung's growth. Meanwhile, the 2000s saw Samsung develop new technologies for the TV industry, intended to improve viewing experiences for customers. In 2007, Samsung's global sales surpassed $100 billion, and by the end of 2008, it was the world's leading TV producer, a significant step up from its former reputation for making clumsy black and white TVs. In 2008, Cohen He was found guilty of tax evasion and embezzlement, and he resigned from Samsung. Cohen He received a suspended 3-year sentence and was fined $100 million. However, Samsung continued to lead as a global electronics center. In 2009, Samsung released its first Android-powered device, a smartphone known as the Samsung Galaxy i7500. The original Galaxy users criticized Samsung for the phone's lack of firmware updates. Launched 9 months after the original Galaxy, the Galaxy S was Samsung's first Android smartphone to enjoy mainstream commercial success. The phone made sales of more than 25 million units. South Korea's president, Lee Myung-bak, eventually pardoned Cohen He. And, after he received a special amnesty, Samsung's former chairman returned to helm the company after a 2-year absence. His return occurred after Samsung made record sales in 2009. Later in 2011, it was announced South Korea would host the 2018 Winter Olympics. As the demand for Galaxy smartphones continued to rise with the company's disgraced chairman returned to the helm, a book named Think Samsung was published in 2010. The book was written by Samsung's former chief legal counsel, Kim Yong-chul. It made astonishing claims about Cohen He's corruption, alleging he stole around $10 billion from Samsung subsidiaries, bribed government officials, and destroyed evidence. Notwithstanding the allegations stated in the book, most of South Korea's mainstream media refused to run the story, perceiving an attack on Samsung as an attack on South Korea itself. Meanwhile, Samsung continued to focus on new products. After the release of Apple's new iPad, Samsung launched the Galaxy Tab in 2010 to compete. But it wasn't received well, and was dubbed an oversized smartphone in ill-fitting clothes. It used Android 2.2 with no tablet optimization. In spring 2011, Apple began to litigate against Samsung in patent infringement suits around the design of Samsung smartphones. By October, the two tech giants were entangled in 19 ongoing cases across 10 countries. Eventually, the protracted legal disputes between Samsung and Apple were settled. In 2012, a US court ruled that Samsung had infringed the copyright of the design of Apple's iPhone, and Apple was awarded $548.2 million 3 years later. However, in a fresh twist in 2016, the Supreme Court sided with Samsung, who had been seeking to cut back $399 million of its previous debt, as reported by The Guardian. Notwithstanding the dent from the copyright infringement ruling, in 2013, Samsung was named the world's largest tech company by the annual Fortune 500 list, which ranks the world's largest corporations by revenue. Samsung occupied the position 5 places above their rival, Apple, reporting revenues of $178.6 billion and profits of $20.6 billion. Interestingly, further challenges were awaiting the South Korean tech giant. In 2016, the company permanently stopped the production of its high-end Galaxy Note 7 smartphones after receiving reports of the phones catching fire because of faults with their batteries. This decision cost Samsung $5.3 billion and immensely damaged the company's reputation. Apparently, the Samsung company wasn't getting any respite anytime soon. Their tribulations continued in 2017 when BBC reported that the vice chairman and heir to the Samsung empire, Lee Jae-yong, was found guilty of bribery and cronyism. He was sentenced to 5 years in jail in August of that year, though he denied the charges. However, 6 months later in February 2018, Jae-yong's sentence was halved, and the rest of the jail term suspended by Seoul High Court. After the Galaxy Note 7 debacle, Samsung tried to push past all of that by unveiling a prototype of the world's first foldable smartphone by the end of 2018. However, just days before the advertised release date of the Galaxy Fold, the tech firm postponed the launch due to broken screens. Users had reportedly removed a film they thought to be a protective layer of the phone, but it turned out to be a part of it. After Samsung made some complete improvements, the nearly $2,000 device was launched in September 2019. In 2018, Samsung opened the world's largest mobile manufacturing facility in Noida, India, with guests including Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Despite being burdened with controversies, scandals, and setbacks over the years, Samsung is now the 17th largest company in the world. Not bad for a one-man dried fish selling startup. What do you think about Samsung's company story? What do you think the future holds for this company? Thanks for watching this video. Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and remember to click the subscribe button to be the first person to watch new videos on this channel.
Now let's move on to part 2 reading, describing people. Activity A. Read this article, then complete the chart below. Meet Jeffrey Immelt. Are you ready? Okay, let's discuss the answers together. Age 51. Family. Immelt is married and he has one daughter. His daughter's name Sarah. Job. He is the chairman and CEO of General Electric. Go. Hobbies and interests: golf and reading. Activity B. Decide whether these statements are true or false. 1. Jeffrey Immelt is president of General Electric. So, the statement is false. Take your time and think about the other statements. Have you finished it? Good. Let's check the answers. 2. General Electric is a global company. This statement is true. 3. Immelt is married with 2 children. False. So as I said, he has one daughter. Next, he's away more than half of the time. True. 6. He's not very good at golf. So the sentence is true. Immelt is not interested in exercise. True. All his books are about business. This statement is false. According to the text, so he likes biographies, business books, and fiction, and reads about 50 books a year. Now let's move on to part 3, language folks. Verb to be. We often use the verb to be to describe people. Example, Jeffrey Immelt is chairman of GE. He is American. He is married. Short forms of the verb to be. Am, your, where, there, his, she's, it is. Negative form. I'm not, you aren't, we aren't, they aren't. He isn't, she isn't, it isn't. Example, affirmative form. I'm Spanish. Negative form. I'm not Italian. Activity A. Complete the information about Ingrid with short forms of the verb to be. Are you ready? Okay, let's discuss the answers together. My name is Ingrid. I'm a graphic designer. I'm German. And I'm from Munich. I'm married with 2 children. They're both in high school. Their schools near my office. My husband's an engineer. We're interested in travel and the cinema. My sister's an accountant. Now, listen and check your answers. Activity C. Complete this chart about yourself. Then introduce yourself to a partner. Example, name, Suad, job, I'm a teacher, city, I'm from Tunisia, nationality, Tunisian, interests, reading, sports, shopping, cooking, favorite sports, tennis, and handball. My name is Suad. I'm a teacher. I'm Tunisian. And I'm from Tunis. I am interested in reading, sports, shopping, and cooking. My brother is an engineer. Activity E. Complete these sentences with negative forms of to be. Are you ready? Nice. Let's discuss the answers together. 1. I'm Russian, but I'm not from Moscow. 2. They're Japanese, but they aren't from Tokyo. 3. He's German, but he isn't from Munich. 4. I'm in sales, but I'm not the manager. 5. you're in Poland, but you aren't in Warsaw. 6. Her name is Sofia, but she isn't Italian. Now let's do activity F. Match the questions and answers about Sergio. Have you finished it? Nice, okay, let's check the answers. Question number 1. Are you Spanish? Answer, no, I'm Italian. Question number 2. Are you a sales manager? Answer A, no, I'm a financial analyst. Question number 3. Are you married? Answer E, yes, am. That's a picture of my wife. Question number 4. Is your wife a manager? Answer D, no, she's a lawyer. Question number 5. Is she Italian? Answer B, no, she's Polish. Language Folks 2. A and with jobs. WH questions. We use A before words beginning with a consonant sound. A receptionist. We use an before words beginning with a vowel sound. Example, an astronaut. We don't use a or an with the plural nouns. Example, they're architects. We use question words such as what, who, and where to ask for information. Example, what is your job? I'm a lawyer. What is your wife's job? She's an engineer. Who is your boss? Julio Cardin. Where are you from? I'm Russian. Where is he from? He's Spanish. Activity A. Write the correct article A or N for each job. So, my dear students, take your time and think about the answers. Okay, now let's discuss the answers together. Listen to me. A trainee, an accountant, an executive, an optician, a lawyer, an analyst, a director, an architect, a manager, a consultant, an engineer, a doctor, a pilot, an office worker, a cashier, a receptionist, a technician, a telephone operator, a sales assistant, a personal assistant. Activity B. Work in pairs. Talk about your job and the jobs of your family and friends. Example, I'm a sales manager. My husband or my wife or my partner is a doctor. My brother is an engineer. My sister is a housewife. My friend is an architect. Another example, I'm an English teacher. My brother is an engineer. My sister is a cashier. My friend is a doctor. Part 5, Skills. Introducing yourself and others. Activity A. Listen to the 3 conversations. Decide whether the statements are true or false. Conversation 1. Hello, I'm Patrick Keller. I'm the new sales assistant. Oh, hello, pleased to meet you. I'm Diana Vincent, advertising manager. Would you like a coffee? Thanks very much. I'd love one. Conversation 2. Good morning, my name is Hiroshi Ito. This is Mayoni Nita, my assistant. Nice to meet you both. I'm Dan Marshall from marketing. Let's go into my office. Conversation 3. Hello, Jimmy. Hi, Dave. Good to see you again. You too. How is business? Not too good. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that. What is the problem? Now let's check the answers. 1. Patrick Keller is a sales assistant. True. 2. Diana Vincent is a sales manager. False. She is an advertising manager. Conversation 2. Hiroshi Ito is Mayumi's Nita's assistant. False. 4. Dan Marshall is in finance. False. So, Dan Marshall is in marketing. Conversation 3. Jamie is pleased to meet Dave. True. 6. Business is good. False. Business is not too good. Now, activity B. Listen again and complete these conversations. Use words from the useful language box below. Hello, I'm Patrick Keller. I'm the new sales assistant. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Diana Vincent. Conversation 2. Good morning. My name is Hiroshi. This is Mayumi Nita, my assistant. Nice to meet you both. I'm Dan Marshall from marketing. Conversation 3. Hello, Jimmy. Hi, Dave. Good to see you again. You too. How is business? Not too good. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that. What is the problem? Here, as you see, we have the useful language box. Introducing people, you have my name's, this is, he's or she's in sales, he's or she's with Nokia. Asking about business. How is business? Offering a drink. Would you like a drink? How about a coffee? Another drink? Saying goodbye. See you later. Nice talking to you. Greetings. Pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you. Good to see you again. You too. Replying. Not bad, thanks. Fine. Okay, not too good. Thanks very much, I'd love one. Yes, please, no thanks. Goodbye, see you soon.
Toyota's history dates back to more than 75 years. Sakichi Toyota created innovative designs, and one of them earned the inventor enough money to start the Toyota Motor Company. There are many amazing facts about the history of Toyota, and those are what we would discuss in the Toyota's company story. Before we continue, Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below to get a notification on our next video. Toyota Motor Corporation, the Japanese parent company of the Toyota Group, became the world's largest automaker for the first time in 2008, surpassing General Motors. Many of the nearly 1,000 subsidiaries and affiliates are involved in the manufacture of automobiles, automobile parts, and commercial and industrial vehicles. Toyota is headquartered in Toyota City, an industrial city east of Nagoya, Japan. In 1924, Sakichi Toyota developed the Toyota Model G automatic loom. And, later in 1929, the British company Platt Brothers bought the patent for the automatic loom, which generated the initial capital for the development of the automobile. In 1933, Toyota Kichiro started what would later become Toyota Motor Corporation as part of Toyota Automatic Loom Works, Limited. The automatic loom later became Toyota Industries Corporation, now a subsidiary of Toyota. The first car produced there, the Model AA sedan, was launched in 1936. The next year the division was renamed Toyota Motor Company, Limited, registered under the direction of Kichiro. Toyota set up several affiliated companies, including Toyota Machine Works Limited in 1941 and Toyota Auto Body Limited in 1945. During the Second World War, the company stopped producing passenger cars and focused on trucks. Given the destroyed facilities and a disordered economy after the Second World War, the company did not resume car production until 1947 with the unveiling of the SA model. By the 1950s, Toyota's automobile manufacturing plants were working at full capacity. In order to become competitive, the company began a thorough study of American automakers due to the seeming technical and economic superiority of the United States. Toyota executives explored the manufacturing facilities of companies, including Ford Motor Company, to observe the latest in automotive manufacturing technology, and in turn applied it in their facilities, resulting in an almost instant increase in efficiency. Toyota Motor Sales, USA Incorporated was founded in 1957. The next year, the company launched the Toyopet sedan, the first model marketed in the United States. It wasn't greatly received because it was expensive and lacked horsepower. The Land Cruiser, a 4x4 utility vehicle from 1958, performed better. In 1965, the Toyopet, entirely restructured for American drivers, was relaunched as the Toyota Corona. This was the company's first major success in the United States. The excitement turned into pessimism when the Toyopet, a sturdy vehicle with quality features and enough space, was unfortunately too weak and too expensive for the US market. Toyopet sales were delayed and ceased in 1961. The fabulous Land Cruiser, also known as a durable off-road vehicle, carried the Toyota flag in the United States until the Toyota Corona arrived in 1965. Corona, America's first popular Toyota, was designed precisely for American drivers, featuring a powerful engine, factory-installed air conditioner, and automatic transmission. Corona facilitated the triple-times sale of Toyota vehicles in the U.S. to more than 20,000 units in 1966. In the 1960s and 1970s, the company grew rapidly until they started exporting large numbers of cars to foreign markets. Toyota eventually bought companies such as Hino Motors Limited, a manufacturer of buses and large trucks, in 1966, Nippon Denso Company Limited, a manufacturer of automotive electrical components, and Daihatsu Motor Company Limited in 1967. Toyota was the largest automaker in Japan for several decades. The company continued to flourish in the American market, making a name for itself for its reliable, affordable, and fuel-efficient vehicles such as the Corolla, which was introduced in the United States in 1968. Since then, Corolla has been the world's best-selling car of all time, with more than 30 million vehicles sold in more than 140 countries. In 1972, Toyota sold its millionth vehicle. Towards the end of 1975, Toyota surpassed Volkswagen to become the main import brand in the United States. In 1978, Toyota won the import Triple Crown by topping all import brands in all car, truck, and vehicle sales. The company adopted its current name in 1982, when the Toyota Motor Company and Toyota Motor Sales Company were merged. After 2 years, Toyota teamed up with General Motors Corporation to create New United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated. This was designed as a two-brand manufacturing facility in California, where Toyota commenced production in the United States in 1986. With inventions in 1989 such as the luxury brand Lexus LS400 and ES250, and the world's first series hybrid vehicle, the Prius in 1997, the company recorded noteworthy growth well into the 21st century. In 1998, Toyota launched its first full-size pickup truck, the Tundra. In 1999, Toyota was listed on the London Stock Exchange as well as the New York Stock Exchange. Toyota ushered in the new millennium with the introduction of the Prius, the world's first series of hybrid gas and electric car. The Prius, Latin for go before, was groundbreaking, with an EPA estimated fuel economy rating of 45 city/51 highway, and ultra-clean exhaust emissions that were 90% less per hour than conventional cars when gas was formed. The company continued to penetrate new markets, especially with the introduction of its Scion brand as a third vehicle line in 2003, aimed specifically at younger buyers. In 2005, Toyota expanded its environmentally friendly product line with the introduction of the world's first luxury hybrid, the Lexus RX 400h, and a hybrid option for the Toyota Highlander. In 2007, its 50th anniversary in the US, Toyota unveiled its largest pickup to date, the rugged 2008 Toyota Tundra, as well as the second generation of its iconic Scion XP city utility vehicle, and the world's first V8 hybrid, the Lexus LS600h. On March 11, 2011, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck the Tohoku area of Japan. It was the strongest earthquake ever in Japan, followed by a tsunami that killed nearly 16,000 people. Cities were wrecked and many businesses were closed, including 4 Toyota plants. When production returned to previous stages, there were floods in Thailand that caused the suspension of the production at 2 other plants. Notwithstanding these natural disasters, production returned to near normal levels by the end of the year, a testament to Toyota's resilience and efficiency. With the great efforts of its partners in Japan and around the world, Toyota quickly recovered from supply troubles caused by natural disasters and began salvaging its sales energy in 2012 as vehicle dealerships were fully stocked. In the first half of 2014, US regulators recalled millions of vehicles made by Toyota and several other car companies because Japanese auto parts supplier, Takata, was suspected to have been making defective airbags. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the proactive move was the largest and most complex safety recall in US history. Now, Toyota has assembly plants and distributors in several countries. Other than the automotive products, the subsidiaries manufacture rubber and cork materials, synthetic resins, steel, automatic looms, and cotton and woolen goods. The other divisions handle real estate, prefabricated houses, and the import and export of raw materials. In March 2021, Toyota, its subsidiary Hino, and Isuzu broadcasted the formation of a calculated partnership between the 3 companies. Toyota acquired a 4.6% stake in Isuzu, while the latter plans to buy Toyota shares at an equivalent value. The 3 companies announced they would set up a new joint venture called Commercial Japan Partnership Technologies Corporation in April to develop fuel cells and electric light trucks. While Toyota would own an 80% stake in the company, Hino and Isuzu would each own 10%. In April 2021, Toyota announced it would purchase Lyft for $550 million to improve autonomous driving technology. Toyota has continued to thrive to create a reliable vehicle, with high performance and better safety features. They are currently one of the major auto manufacturers in the world, and they continue to fight closely against GM and Ford for first place. The company had a goal of carving a niche in the American automotive market, and with more than 5.5 million vehicles produced annually and many award-winning designs, Toyota has exceeded that goal. The Toyota brand is now associated with reliability and performance while they continue with the innovative technology to provide new ideas for the future. What do you think about Toyota's company story? Thanks for watching this video. Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and remember to click the subscribe button to be the first person to watch new videos on this channel.